All right. Are we rolling? All right, here we go. Been a long day? Well, kick your feet up, put your head back, and get comfy. It's time for the Crack One Open podcast. If it's sports, video games, or funny why beep that out? Why are you beeping me out saying shit? Hello? Shit. Why is he beeping it? Anyway. If it's sports, video games, or funny shit, we're talking about it. This is the Crack One Open podcast. And here are your hosts, Derek and Big Bob.
Hey everybody, welcome to the very first episode of the Crack One Open podcast. Why don't you sit back, relax, and crack one open with us. You ready? I'm your host, Derek, with my co-host, Big Bob. Big Bob, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome to the show, and looking forward to everybody growing with us over the next few years.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, the Crack One Open podcast is all about different sports, gaming, and the world at large. We are big sports and gaming fanatics. Me and Bob and a bunch of our friends will play Warzone, Madden, a bunch of different games on the daily. So we're really involved in that community. And then we also like a lot of different sports. The main sports that we really like are NFL, college football, and Big Bob over here is a UFC fanatic.
Big UFC guy, love the sport, a lot to talk about.
Just so everybody knows, we're going to give an overview of what you could expect from the Cracked One Open podcast. Me and Bob and all of our guests, we're going to be really big fans of different sports, such as the NFL, college football, MMA, boxing, UFC. Pretty much anything that you're a fan of, we're going to be a fan of. And we're also really ingrained into the gaming community, whether that's playing Warzone, Fortnite, Madden. We play pretty much anything. I mean, we even hop into an Among Us lobby and chop some heads. Bob, why don't you give a little bit of an overview into the UFC world, since that's really where you shine?
Well, what I want to bring to the podcast is a lot about the UFC, fighting, boxing, really anything in that world. I watch it every week, multiple promotions. I am completely engulfed in that world, as I know a lot of other people are, and more are growing into it. It's becoming more rapidly popular, and I have a feeling that a lot of people will tune in for that and will like to hear other people's opinions and want to join in on popular conversations that are going around in that space. So I'm looking forward to everybody joining us and all the stuff that we have to talk about, because between the two of us, we have a lot of similar interests, a lot of different interests, and we like chopping the shit. So we got a lot to talk about.
I couldn't agree with you more. I really have been interested in getting into the UFC community, so I really think that this podcast is going to be a great learning experience, not only for me, but for our community as well. And hopefully we become a main component of your education on the fighting community and everything else going on in that space. So if you really have any interest that you want us to go on, and if you have really any interest that you want us to dive in deeper on, definitely just hop on over our social media channels, join our Discord, and we'll be happy to pick up those topics. We'll even have segments where we pull from the comment sections of our Instagram, Facebook, the Discord servers that we're going to have, and really any other social media channels that are out there, we're going to be on and looking to connect with you guys on.
We really want to interact with the fans, the listeners, everything. Like he said, any suggestions, similar topics, we're all ears, and you guys can possibly help us learn about different things that we're not necessarily involved in. We would like to get to know it too.
Definitely. That's really the main focus of where we want the show to go. Not really just a host and a viewership, but more of a real family unit where we're actually in communications. We're going to have call-ins and really get the viewers ingrained in the show. And I know as time goes on, might be a little bit more difficult, but that's why we're really going to actually build into this Discord community and actually have communications where we know you and you know us. And when you're talking to us, that we know exactly who you are. You're not just another number like a lot of these other podcasts. So it's going to be on a more personal note. But if you want to learn a little bit more about us, my name's Derek. I'm 25 years old, and I actually have a job in the marketing industry. Been doing that for maybe about the past 7 or 8 years, since I was actually at the end of my high school career. And went to the University of Akron and just recently moved down to Clearwater. Loving it down here, really enjoying life, and hopefully we can get Big Bob to move down here, and we'll actually be building a studio and setting it up so we can really have the future of the Crack One Open podcast.
Yeah, Derek moved away from me a little while ago, and we had this idea before that happened, and the goal is definitely for me to get down there with him, and we'll see what happens in the near future. But at the same time, again, I'm Bob. We went to school together, grew up together, and I'm unfortunately still in Northeast Ohio, and I work for a lighting company, and that's about as exciting as my work life gets. I enjoy, like I said, I love watching sports, UFC mostly. I watch the occasional YouTube boxing matches and whatnot. Uh, I love golfing, gaming, and now this podcasting. Looking forward to grow with everybody over the next coming years.
Yeah, so we just really wanted to get on here, introduce ourselves, and kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about and see if you're right for our community. We really hope you make the right decision and join the Crack One Open team. But just for your information, we're going to be releasing a podcast once a week, every Tuesday at noon. And just so you know, I know we're just getting started, but we already have 3 other podcasts in our library, so you can really sit back and vibe with us and Crack One Open, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you connect with us on our different social media channels. They should be right below us. If not, they're going to be Crack One Open Podcast, and they also should be in the description of the podcast or the video, depending on where you're watching us currently. Well, till next time, make sure you crack one open for us, and we'll see you there. See you guys. Peace.